What's up guys, welcome to Monchkinz Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Monchkinz logging in to bring you another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and welcome to my video guide for Alphinaud's Lost Chapter Chaos Difficulty Fight. And as always, like and subscribe if you haven't already. It does help my channel guys, and I really do appreciate all the support you guys give me. In this video, we are setting our like goals for 50 likes. I think that is reasonable since my video guys don't really get that much views, but hopefully you guys share this around as well, so it does help. Maybe we can increase the like goals in the future. Anyway, without further ado, let's start this video. So we'll start this video off as always with the last boss's abilities, weaknesses, resistances, and the elements that they can absorb. We are going to be fighting the glow lizards for this one. You're going to be fighting two. It doesn't have any weaknesses, however it does have 2 times resistance to range, physical range attacks, and doesn't have any elements that it can absorb. Now as for its abilities, it has Burn Shot, which is a fire magic brave attack, Dive Bomb, which is a melee HP attack, Volcano Shot, which is a fire magic attack that also inflicts a defense down debuff, which also has a higher turn rate when inflicting break or attacking a target afflicted with break, Fire Breath, which is a group fire magic brave attack, Heat Breath, which is a group fire magic brave attack, which also inflicts an initial brave down debuff. Again, this will have a higher turn rate when inflicting break or attacking a broken target. Next is Blaze Impact, which increases its brave when its brave is less than its initial brave, and will do a group fire magic brave attack plus HP attack. Next up is Glow Rush, which recovers itself from its break status and will do a melee brave attack plus HP attack. Guard Resonance, which grants its party's brave and reduces the party's brave damage taken. Now, a couple of texts you will see, basically when you break the Glow Lizard while it's in its guard resonance state is became frail. Basically this cancels the own brave damage resistance from the guard resonance. Next, more text, Dreadlore, which basically increases all its stats. Dreadlore Plus, which raises attack, defense, and speed more than Dreadlore. And then the plus plus variant, which basically raises all its stats once again. It is immune to attack, defense, initial brave down, and max brave down debuffs as well. Okay, now let's move on to the general tips in guide, and the first one is to go all out. I mean, few HP attacks here and there should be fine. However, this is a two-wave fight, so 50% maybe for the first wave and 50% for the second wave. But more than likely, you will only need to use like maybe 30% or maybe even 40% if you're really going all out in the first wave. They doesn't really have much HP, and I would just highly recommend just focusing your attacks on the bigger moth. Next is to bring in the boosted characters. Of course, Alphinaud and Ida and Celeste are very good on this one since they are the boosted characters. Now other characters that you may want to consider bringing are characters like Galuf, Zack, Snow, Agrias, Tifa, Vayne, Ramza, Yuri, Ultimisia, Golbez, Jack, Kais, Bart, Exeth, General Leo, Fujin, Lightning, Beatrix, or Jet. Basically anything that's not range. Fujin is a range character, however she does imperil and enchant the wind element, so she should be fine. Next is healers plus brave battery options. You got Selphie, Ignis, Aerith, Lena, Rosa to a lesser extent, Penelo, Hope, Arciela, Ishtola. As for the summon, you can basically bring whoever you want, should be fine. Again, bias, Shiva for me. Alright guys, now let's move on to the general strategies that I use that may or may not help you. Hopefully it does. Let's start this off with your friend support. This time around, it's not gonna be Arnea as it always is. So this time around, Arciela I think is the best option here. General Leo is still pretty useful with delay if you're going with a delay tactic. Alphinaud, of course, because he is pretty good in this particular fight, seeing that he is a boosted character, so you may want to bring him along as well. Delay, freeze, and HP silence is still going to be your best friend. You can even add paralysis there as well. I forgot to add that there, but paralysis may help you out here as well. Now, next up is to bring a gravity-based character to bring the boss's brave down. Now, guard resonance is actually pretty annoying. Your overall DPS while they're on that particular stance is going to be pretty low in terms of brave damage. So if you have some brave gravity-based characters that can bring down the Brave is like, say, half, like maybe X-Death or Bartz or Gilgamesh even, and of course Ultimisia. Those kinds of characters are going to be helpful here in bringing the Brave down, just like in Dimensions End 12. Next is to bring in a healer, of course, to heal through some of the AoE damage, and bringing a tank is definitely going to make this a safer run. Warrior of Light, Snow, or Galuf really works out, although the ult attack can be pretty scary at times, so Warrior of Light with shields probably maybe the best choice in this case. However, Snow and Galuf still works pretty fine. I would even add Edge there if you really want to avoid the damage as well. So there you go, some characters that I may have forgotten to put in the list. Next, kill the bosses almost at the same time. This particular fight does have an enrage mechanic, so if you do kill one of them, the other one will buff itself further, and therefore making it harder to kill, and will be very, very aggressive when it comes to HP attack. If this does happen, then try to HP silence them, or the only one left anyway, and make sure you don't get hit. Now finally, the last one here is you can also use debuffs such as Sap or Poison to reduce the boss's Brave. This will just make it easier for you to break the bosses down to remove the guard resonance, which can be pretty annoying. Sarah really comes to mind here, with both having the Poison debuff and of course having that Sap-like debuff that is a frame debuff. Anyway guys, moving on to the possible party compositions that you may want to use. The first one is going to be the boosted team, of course, with Alphinaud, Ida, and Celeste, with an Arciela support just for safety reasons with the HP silence, Shiva for the summon, Alphinaud for heals battery, and also he does pretty good damage if you do put him on his obsidian stance. Ida is here more for the damage, and Celeste for tanking those magic attacks. Now the next team I have for you guys is the one that you are seeing in this video, which consists of Arciela, Beatrix, and Lightning with Arciela support, and Shiva for the summon. Now I really just used Beatrix because I just maxed her out, so I ended up playing around with her, or else I would have probably brought Jack along. Arciela for the HP silence, and of course the auras and heals, and Beatrix is here for the damage, defensive buffs, and of course you can actually mix and match both the HP silence and Beatrix protection from HP damage. Lightning is just here for delay and of course damage, and she adds the Thunder Imperil, so it really helps out with the damage output with Beatrix as well. Now the next team I have for you guys here is going to be Arciela, Jack, and Zac with the Arciela support and Shiva for the summon. Arciela does what she does, Jack for insane damage, and of course you can keep giving him turns as long as he has ability counts, just to make sure that the boss doesn't actually use their guard resonance. You can do this, you can try and spam it as much as you can just to do as much damage as you can before they actually use this buff. Now of course Zac is an offensive tank, and he is pretty useful in shaving off those Brave. Now the last team consists of the delay team. This is with General Leo, Lightning, Vayne, and with an Arciela support. You can probably change it to General Leo as well. Arciela is more for safety reasons. If something doesn't seem right, like you delayed wrong, or something just you can't delay any further, you want to conserve a little bit of your abilities, you can switch out to Arciela just for the HP silence, just to be safe. However, the delay tactic is still going to work even with two bosses. Can be pretty annoying since you can't delay two at the same time, but it still works. Anyway guys, we are towards the end of this video, and of course I'll give you guys my final thoughts about this fight. Overall, I didn't find the fight too difficult. It is quite annoying with the guard resonance. I actually completely forgot about this ability or this move or whatever you want to call it, and just went blind pretty much. Wasn't expecting having to deal less Brave damage than I usually do. I would have brought like a gravity-based character, just like Ultimisia or maybe even Bartz. My Bartz is not too bad. I mean, I got his EX. I could probably like carry him with Arciela in my team. However, there are other options for gravity-based character like Gilgamesh as well, who probably is not on anyone's radar at the moment. However, he is pretty useful in this particular fight. So overall, again, wasn't too difficult for me. Didn't struggle at all, even though I was playing around with Beatrix, because I ended up maxing her out in 4 dimensions and tier 12. Yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Please do remember to click like and subscribe if you haven't already. It does help my channel, and I really do appreciate all the support that you guys give me. Also, click that bell button if you don't want to miss any content from my channel. And of course, the like goals for this video, guys. Again, only 50 likes. It just makes me, you know, feel a little bit appreciated, all this effort that I do. And I really do appreciate it once again. And of course, follow me on Twitter and on Facebook at Monchkinz Gaming. Leave down in the comments below which team you use for this one. Apologies that this is late. I have been working and never had the time to actually sit down and edit. I'm really tired, and there's still a lot of dailies I need to do with on my other games as well. So anyway, this is Monchkinz logging off. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next level.